Happy New Year. My name is Susan Ashley and I would like to start 2019 with not a confession, but a sharing of what I know. And what I wanted to talk to you today is about what the alien beings have told me. And when I say alien beings, look, some of them have come from the Pleiades, some of them have come from Andromeda, some of them have come from Orion. It's just they've come from different places and spoken to me and shown me things over the past 3 decades. And part of the reason I haven't spoken to people about it or openly about it is because well, I was afraid to do so, but also I didn't want to be ridiculed or persecuted. When you talk about what Spirit has told you or seeing Spirit, it's quite acceptable. And because of religion and the way our psychic works, that's actually very acceptable to people. But when you start talking about alien beings and visitations and healings and things, people think you're loony. And I've actually had people, go, if I've said something to someone that I thought would understand, go off to someone else and say, oh, she's mad, she's insane, she thinks she's got, and really try to destroy my reputation. So that's part of the reason that I haven't spoken about it. However, 2019 is a new year and it's actually part of a new era. And I don't think that I can, in all consciousness and ethics, hold this in anymore and not share it, which is why I did a few videos on different things that I experienced. But like I said in those videos, I've actually experienced quite a lot. And so what I'd like to share with you very briefly is what they've told me about the coming years up to 2026. Because I'm seeing it happening. It's actually already started, and yeah, look, I know a lot of people are afraid that there may be a nuclear war on, or a nuclear bomb go off somewhere. There's a threat of this, but what they've informed me is that won't happen because they will intervene. Now, there is a very big consequence of their intervention. At the moment, Earth is a planet of free will. And as such, everyone who lives upon it is part of the collective free will of what happens. So if they intervene, which they will, to save the Earth, not to save us, it means that we would have lost our free will and they will govern us. Now you might say, well, how is that possible when there are a lot of dark aliens that have taken control of a lot of our governments and are working with them? And I know that for a fact, and so do many other people. Why have they taken over? Because the people who are running our countries are not intelligent. They don't have strong minds. Their minds are very easily manipulated. To gain a strong mind, you need to meditate, you need to go into your heart, but you also need to direct your mind. And that's why meditation is really, really important at this time. And I have been getting a really strong message to start running some online courses so people that know me from all over the world can join together and we can start directing our minds and showing you how to get in contact with your own unity, your own self-alignment, and how to manifest from the heart, which is really important. And it's also why a lot of you are struggling with manifestation at this moment, because you're still trying to do it from the mind. But, that's not going to work for light beings who are already on the path. So that, I know I've been slow in responding to some people because I've actually been really busy with a lot of things. And it's always behind the scenes that people don't realise how much I'm actually doing. But I do feel that I'm doing quite a lot. And so sometimes I neglect certain things. But I am in the new year going to put this together and bring it out to you. Anyway, let's get back to what they've told me. So they said that because we're a planet of free will, if they intervene, it means that they then yeah, are sort of like the governors of this planet. We lose our free will. And that's a dangerous place for us to be in. Now, the other thing that they've told me is about the sun. And these solar flares are actually, there's a light that travelled through the universe. And in fact, it was scientifically proven probably about, I think it was 10 years ago or more, that there was this wall of light travelling through the universe. And as it moved through the universe, they said it was way in the distance, it was actually, they could no longer see the planets that it moved onto, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then all that information just disappeared. Anyway, I was told by the beings previous to seeing that as a reality, I was told that that's what was happening, that this light was coming from another universe into this one and it was spreading down. And now what I've been told is that it's already hit the sun. It hit the sun a few years ago. And these solar flares that are coming out of the sun or off of the sun are all part of that awakening that a lot of people are going through. And what that awakening is the light, universal laws that are held within the light codes. Now, when you look at your physical body and you look at your DNA and your what you're made up of is, your genetics is made up from your family, isn't it? The colour of your eyes, your hair, your characteristics, your emotional characteristics as well, and any traumas, you know, that your parents or your grandparents, etc., felt reside within you. So you might have fears or phobias that you can't quite relate to, but you have them. So it shows that we carry from our ancestors who we are. And it's the same with the light. As a soul, you hold within you universal truths and laws. And when you entered this physical body that you're currently in, you forgot them. Because the physical body has taken over the soul. And that has to do with dimensional realities and a whole load of things that I actually don't want to go into right now. But so what this light is doing is it's awakening the memory, like the cellular memory of your soul. And so the body, mind and emotional complex is trying to match that. And in order to match that, you have to release, you have to detox. So you have to detox what has been holding you back from believing in yourself and from living in your heart, which is unity. Your prejudices, your fears. It's the same for me. I'm going through it myself, believe me. For me to make this video is huge. It's huge. For me to make those videos that I made about the alien beings, massive. So you're all going through these detoxes. And for some who are not mentally strong because they haven't meditated and been able to take some, not control, but harness their mind, let's say. For some that haven't, for some that have been intoxicated and deadened by alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, food, gambling, religion, all of these things which are addictions. Because religion is an addiction, and it's also a way of surrendering your own empowerment. And I know that's going to insult a lot of people, but it's true. So, well, it's true from what they've told me and what I perceive as reality on a spiritual level. So, these people who have been addicted to all of these things will go through, you know, this like dark night of the soul where you feel like your mind's cracking and your emotions are just unable to be controlled or held in or managed. So they'll start going crazy, and they already have started to go crazy in the streets. But there's going to be more, a lot more. And so what they said to me and what has been proven to me, see, I don't say much unless I've actually experienced it myself and it's been proven to me. And I know that sounds really weird because I'm more of a skeptic than people realize. Like if someone else says, oh yeah, you know, I know this person that does this and this and this, I don't just randomly believe it. I have to experience it. I'm very skeptic beforehand. So I know this from personal experience, that if I stay in my heart, it doesn't matter what chaos is going on around me. I will just be moved from one pleasant experience to the next. And whatever I require to get me out the other end of that place that I'm in will happen. Right? So that takes the ability to be able to direct your mind, to stay very clear in who you are, and also your energy system, that it doesn't get corded to all these things that are vying for our energy. Look at the internet, you know, Facebook, all of these things, it's vying for our energy all the time. And I'm using Facebook and the internet as a medium to communicate with you, and that's what I use it at. But I don't spend all day on it. I use it for my work, for my business, and that's it. I don't use it as an addiction to take me away from me. And so I think that's really important to understand. This is all about you, getting in contact with you. And it doesn't matter whether you dig a hole 20 miles under the earth. And I'm talking to these world leaders and these very wealthy people that think, oh, I'll just create. They have created bunkers. They've created all these underground things, thinking they're going to get away from what's going to happen, thinking that they're going to let off a nuclear bomb and pollute the world so badly, but they'll survive, and then all of us will die that are on the surface, and then they'll come up and they'll have the whole planet to themselves. Not going to happen. It doesn't matter if you're 20 k's, 20 miles under the earth. That light that's hitting the planet is going to hit you. It doesn't matter whether they chemtrail us to the hilt and try and block the sun. It's still going to hit this planet. So be very assured that if you are in alignment, in unity consciousness with your heart, you will be okay. You will be guided to what is right for you, what is safe for you and your family. So in order to do that, you have to harness your energy and you have to be able to direct your mind. Now, I am going to set up some online, let's say lessons, some online communities in order to work together to harness your mind and your energy and be able to direct it, and to teach you some techniques in order to help you. It literally takes 3 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be hours and hours of meditation and hours of healing. It can literally take you 3 minutes a day to set yourself up and be in that alignment. And you might go out of it during the day and you've got to redo it, but you can set it up in 3 minutes or less. But to get there, you've got to release a few things first. Yeah? So I know I've been saying that I'm going to do it, and I haven't done it yet because I've been really busy with a lot of things. And I've been going through my own personal growth, as is very obvious with these videos, these confessions that I've been doing. And it's very confronting for me to do this, but I, in all consciousness, cannot hold it back anymore. I would really love to get the opportunity to work with you and to help you and to collectively create this unity consciousness on the planet and let it grow, because I absolutely understand the power of just two people in a community and what that can create. I do it with my husband, and we go into some pretty negative situations, and we will walk out of it calmly and having created a lot of change within that situation. And that's because we've learnt to join together. Now, we weren't always like that. We had our own things to go through and our own personal struggles around our empowerment and how to work together. It's not easy to work with someone else and trust them. And we say we want to trust a person, but we don't, because it's not in our makeup to trust people implicitly. Anyway, if you would like to know more about me, you can go to my website, lovelightandtruth.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll get more of these videos, because I'm going to move from Facebook to YouTube in the next couple of months, because they're not linking together. So I can't see who's watched and what's gone on. They're actually not working together anymore. And I'd also like to wish you a fantastic 2019, and understand that yes, there will be a lot of chaos, and I'm telling you there's going to be a lot of conflict with people whose minds have been influenced by the need to control and be greedy and dominate. But the threat of nuclear you don't need to worry about. The threat of having the sun taken away from you, and you know, the world population crushing, you don't need to worry about. Now, I do know that there'll be, one of the other things they told me, to keep going, sorry, is there will be some pretty not so good natural disasters. And the reason for those natural disasters have to do with us. Because if our consciousness isn't willing to go into unity consciousness, or our governments, and our governments are defined by us. So if you're sitting there complaining about your government, start meditating on what you want. Start sending that vibration out so the collective consciousness can receive that. And when everyone starts thinking collectively, it will happen. And you don't necessarily have to talk really loudly to people about it either. Just be really calm. But yeah, so what I was saying was, they said to me that the government would, if the governments don't start coming together with other countries and starting to create a sense of unity instead of going at each other, you know, and start making some nice agreements. I'm not talking about a one world order where one government governs everyone. No, it's maintaining your own culture and whatever religion you want to be part of, and having agreements with those so that there's no killing, there's no rip-offs. Yeah, if the governments don't start creating peace and harmony, then the only way to create peace and harmony is to have natural disasters that make them work together, that make people come together. So if you're not willing to see your neighbour in a nice light and take the first step of just saying hello and being pleasant, making a connection with them just so that they know you. It's the same with, you don't want them in your house every day, and you don't want them eating your food, but hello is nice, isn't it? Just a little chat over the fence, get to know each other. We've all become so separate. So if we're not prepared to start working as a community and helping each other as a community, then something will happen to make us do that. And so I'll leave you on that note. I will be doing more of these videos on more of what they've said, but I just wanted to reassure you that everything is okay, regardless of the chaos that you're seeing or experiencing. If you are having difficulty with your head, you know, not thinking clearly, feeling confused, feeling angry with your emotions, feeling, you know, powerless and helpless and hopeless, do some work on that. Seek some help on that. But when you seek help, even in that, if you seek help from someone who just wants to bind you to them, and that they have control of you in some way, if you sense any of that, don't go back to them, because this is not what healing is about. And start asking. It's really important that you ask, that you speak, that you understand what free will means. Look, I have a lot of people that say to me, oh, you know, I said to my guides, just give me whatever I need for my highest possible good. Well, look, if you're not willing to go inside yourself and seek out what is your highest possible good. Why are you handing that over to someone else? Your guides will not help you with that. That's not their job. Their job is to help you to grow and to come into alignment in this era at this time. I'm not talking about before, but in this era at this time. Your guide's role is to help you to come into alignment with unity consciousness and to assist the planet and all its inhabitants with the co-creation of unity consciousness. You have many missions, and one of your missions is to yourself and one is to the planet. And your one to your planet is very, very common. You may have a different way of doing it, but everyone's is the same when it comes to the planet. And that is to bring about unity. To become a planet that lives in harmony and releases its desire and its need for destruction, separation, for power and control of others, to create such deep, hideous pain that is on this planet at the moment is shocking. It's shocking. And any pain that resides in you is co-creating that. Be responsible for your energy. Be responsible for what you're creating. And know that your world leaders will shift and change. Ultimately, what we're coming to is a different form of government. And I'll do another video about that, what they told me. And it's all good. But in order to get that good, there's going to be a bit of fighting. But the fighting is for the planet and it's for your souls. And I'll tell you about that too later. So enjoy your New Year's Eve. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I really look forward to co-creating with you in the new year. Create an awesome evening and have beautiful dreams tonight. Bye.